Greetings, fellow crypto-fascists! It's Liam Mousewicks here. I've recently had the most brilliant idea. It's so brilliant that I have no idea how anyone didn't come up with it before. What is this epiphany, I hear you ask? Well, it's a way of making the service of committing suicide safer. See, some people like to hang themselves from a bit of rope, don't they? But of course, they do so by placing their head through a noose and jumping. This is incredibly dangerous, as the consequent severing of one's spinal column can result in death. But never fear, for Liam Mousewicks has the perfect solution, a way of hanging yourself without risking your life. Yeah, instead of placing your head through the noose, you place your arm through the noose and hang yourself from your wrist. Yes, you'll probably get a sprained wrist in the process, but crucially, you won't accidentally kill yourself, which of course no one wants to do when they hang themselves. Or to put it another way, you won't come to any harm. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, welcome to Forked World. Hello, this is still Forked World, I'm still Liam Mousewicks, you remember me, do you not? And here's what's still coming up on this edition of the programme. We'll be looking at the response to a certain virus that's been ploughing its way through the world like Sir Ralph Fiennes ploughed his way through women. And we'll be evaluating one of the most legendary incidents of deceitful fraud in pop music history. Yes, I know you're all fed up of hearing about it, but it would be remiss of me not to acknowledge current events concerning the coronavirus. These are, of course, dark and weird times for us all. Never in recent memory has humankind been faced with such adversity. It has, however, been very touching for me to see how we have all collectively come together to make sure this horrible disease does not spread.
Because you're a strapping great young man. Why are you so worried about this virus? I can't believe it.
Because if I get it, I'll pass it on to other people.
Well, that's too bad, isn't it? Because
what do you mean it's too bad?
I don't care whether we have a lockdown or not. I hope we don't, because regardless of that, if you're going to get it, you'll get it anyway.
That's
There's
absolute
no point.
Nonsense, Chris.
No, it isn't. No,
it is
isn't.
nonsense.
And people have been cooped up indoors all winter, and we've had the most glorious weekend weather for ages.
Where were you at the weekend, Chris?
And you want to stop people getting out?
Where were you at the weekend?
Well, I went shopping on Saturday to Asda, then I went to Stokes Bay and had a walk along the front and sat on the beach for a while because it was so beautiful. Unfortunately, my husband couldn't come with me because he's recovering from a stroke. Yesterday, we went to the cemeteries in Fair Oak and Eastleigh to put flowers on our mother's graves, and we called in to see a friend. So
you called in to see a friend?
Yes, and she didn't mind at all.
How old is your friend?
78.
You
yes.
are irresponsible.
No, I'm not.
You are irresponsible. Going to see your friend.
You are causing panic.
I'm not causing panic. This is the government advice that you are flouting.
No, the government are stupid. I mean, Boris Johnson is an idiot, so I won't even go down there.
Chris, I sincerely hope that you are wrong. I'm very nice. It's always nice to talk to you. I sincerely hope you are wrong. But if you went around all those places in the shops where we know people are not staying apart, and then you went to see your 78-year-old friend, you are irresponsible.
You are a frightened man, and I can't understand why.
Because I don't want to pass this on. I don't want to get it, and I don't want to pass it on.
Don't be silly. Don't be silly. You'd survive it. What are you worried about?
But the person I pass it to might not. Your 78-year-old friend might not.
I'm 75 as well.
You might not.
So if we get it, we don't actually care. We've had our lives, so stuff it, you know.
So you're happy to die for a day at the beach?
Yeah.
Well, bye, Chris. Sorry, but I can't deal with any more of that.
Oh yeah, sorry, we had that little lapse, didn't we? And also the unnecessary panic buying of foods and toiletries stoked up by the media, much to the despair of hard-working NHS nurses.
I'm a critical care nurse. I've just finished 48 hours of work. I just wanted to get some stuff in for the next 48 hours. There's no fruit, there's no vegetables. I just don't know how I'm supposed to stay healthy. And there's people are just stripping the shelves of basic foods. You just need to stop it. Because it's people like me that are going to be looking after you when you're at your lowest. Just stop it. Please.
Oh, but she wasn't working hard in that clip, was she? She was just sitting in her car on her fat arse, wasn't she? So I guess that doesn't count. Then there were the gullible people who thought that 5G and lemons both cause coronavirus. Then there was the Crap for Carers campaign, where at 8 o'clock every Thursday people across the UK come together to shit simultaneously in solidarity with NHS workers. Okay, so they don't actually do that. No, they just stand outside, make a bit of noise, not once actually thinking about the stress health people are currently going through. They have their fun for a minute, removed from the sheer horror of it all, and then they fuck off back into their war homes to forget about it all, complain on Twitter that having to stay at home is like real awful, before getting a long carefree night's sleep, the selfish pricks. Oh, and the media were their usual patronising selves, of course.
Hi kids, Magic Max here, and today I've got a very special treat for you, because you see today I'm going to be showing all you lovely kiddies at home how to wash your hands. Yes, it's good, isn't it? Very exciting. It's very exciting in a very exciting way. Now I'm very aware that many of you at home will not have a clue how to wash your hands, because of course you didn't learn that at primary school, did you? And your parents didn't teach it to you because you didn't have any parents. So
yes, but apart from all that, it's been a heartening comfort to watch humanity come together and look out for its own. It's really encouraging that we as a species have not lost our compassion, warmth, and realist pragmatism.
If you don't have one of those because you're unemployed, maybe you should have worked harder at school, but you know, it's not a problem. I'm sure there'll be
in all seriousness, although I choke to say it,
and obviously all sinks
listen
tap
to authority for once. Stay home,
protect
the NHS, save lives, you scumheads.
Turn them off and on and control the temperature. And yeah, for the purposes of this tap, as you can see, we pull it upwards. So it's like an erect penis.
Now for a lighter and possibly duller story. When I was younger, I heard the following musical refrain during an advert.
So, for the third week, Babylon Zoo on top of the pops.
Well, I thought it sounded quite ace. A great melody with energy and a unique character, brilliant production. I thought this was a great electronic dance floor banner, up there with Paul Oakenfield's Ready Steady Go and the Orbs Toxigene. That's my kind of thing. I looked up the lyrics online and tracked the track down to find out it was a #1 hit from 1996 by a now forgotten band called Babylon Zoo, led by Jazz Man. I pressed play and I sat back, ready to enjoy a beat of perfection. But then... What? But this just isn't as good. This is just a discount Bowie or even Oasis, for God's sake. This is just turgid indie rock. This is not why I bought the single. The chipmunk vocals and majestic strings, they appear for just 17 seconds. They come up again towards the end of the 4-minute radio edit, but the change in tempo is incredibly jarring. It's like a crude mixtape where two songs are bodged next to each other. I mean, there were many people just like me back in the 1990s who heard that refrain in a Levi's advert and then rushed to buy the single, unaware that it was actually a last-minute addition at the behest of the record company to spice up an otherwise perfunctory rock song. Jazzman was very pissed off by it. Someone on the internet did a remix to see what could and should have been, looping that refrain for 4 minutes. The result is slightly amateurish and suffers from the lack of material to work with, but it's still much better than the main single without the ill-fitting and unoriginal rock sonic bookends. As for the band Babylon Zoo, they remain one-hit wonders, breaking up after the magnificent success of their second album. and frontman Jazzman would arguably become best known for an excruciating interview on Brass Eye where, let's be gentle about this, he was made to look like a twat. The 90s were a weird time and no mistake. But I can't talk about it more now because it's the end of this programme and I can't be asked to come up with parting speech because I'm channeling my energy into other upcoming projects, so bye! Here's another video. There's been a lot of talk in the media recently about this new term that people are using a lot, this new buzzword that the government are using called social distancing. But there's been a lot of confusion as to what that actually means. So I thought I'd clear that up here. So what is social distancing? Well, social distancing, in short, is distancing yourself from people socially. Hence the term social distancing. You've got to think of it like you've got to stay 2 meters apart from people. Now, if you're having trouble picturing 2 meters in your mind, then just imagine holding a large long broom. And if you can't touch anyone with that broom, then you're fine and you won't catch coronavirus at all. Unless, of course, you do. So yeah, hope that helps. Why on earth you need videos like this? I don't know why you need videos like this. Surely the term is self-explanatory. Why are people making videos like these?
Hi kids! Hope you're all doing alright. Magic, I'm going to start again because that's the wrong picture format, isn't it?